Everybody, Piscean here, and in this video I would like to go over Exo-Astrology for Dummies. This is a follow-up manual, sequel to the acclaimed Advanced Astrology Research for Dummies. If you haven't seen that, check out my other video, uploaded today. With peace and love, before I get started, I would really appreciate if you subscribe, like, comment, and share if you dare and care. The algorithm does not. So, first let's begin with a nice word from the Dean of Xeno-Celestial Relations. This is for people that have seen the other video. It's okay. You've essentially mastered soul signature extraction. You've integrated the Sibley-Merlin conjunction into your morning tea ritual, and you now keep a cymatic sand bowl on your desk for real-time sigil optimization. Naturally, your ambition has turned outward. You gaze at the night sky and wonder, what about the stars I cannot see? What about the planets that circle them? What about the chart of a being born under the crimson twilight of a TRAPPIST-1e? Well, you are holding the threshold text. Actually, you're holding it through your phone, your mobile device, and you're watching this video. However, Exo-Astrology is no longer a fringe interest. It is the inevitable expansion of our faculty's mandate. The observable universe is a bustling metropolis of celestial archetypes. As a genius wizard, you are uniquely suited to navigate its complexities, provided you do so with rigor, humility, and a well-sanitized theme. This manual will prepare you to cast charts for systems where sun means a flaring red dwarf, where year is a mere 4.6 Earth days, and where the local zodiac is a sentient electromagnetic pattern. The stars are waiting, let's not keep them. And we will be getting further into astro, xenobiology, and interstellar ephemerides in later videos, so stay tuned. Alright, we have our table of contents here, because I have like a shit ton of chapters for most of the videos I do, the writings that I do. So first, I wanted to go over the cosmic expansion of astrological principles. And that looks like observing the parallax problem, exohylag, and the search for aliveness, as well as the principle of astro-universality. Second, I would like to go over celestial mapping beyond the heliopause, which looks like observing and expanding upon stellar kinematics and chart rectification. Sidereal versus galactic zero points, and handling multi-star systems. The exo-zodiac archetypes of alien worlds. We'd like to go over the 12 signs of a given star in Chapter 3, constructing a native ephemeris, and the sentient nebula hypothesis. Chapter 4, we're going to go over exoplanetary houses, gravity wells as domains. Looks like the exo-ascendant and planetary horizon, albedo, magnetosphere, and the 4th house. Moons of moons, and cadency. The 5th chapter is predictive techniques across interstellar distances, chronosynchrony fields, pulsar transit timings, the prime directive of non-interferent forecasting. Chapter 6 is alien charts and the galactic language of soul, decoding non-human houses, Chiron beyond soul, and communicating with exospirits. Chapter 7 is Spellcraft, with exoplanetary ingredients, harvesting virtual star essences, talismans of Proxima Centauri, and the Dyson Sphere as an orrery. Chapter 8 is Ethics, First Contact, and Cosmic Consent, the Andromedan Accord, Astral Colonialism, and Cultural Appropriation, the Silence Clause. And Chapter 9 is our appendices, Catalog of Research Grade Exoplanets, the Wizard's Astrocartographic Extension, or WACE, quick invocation phrases for 5 alien intelligences. So we have a lot to go over. We'll begin here with Chapter 1, of course, which is the cosmic expansion of astrological principles. The universe is not bigger than astrology. Astrology is the grammar of the universe, but you may need to learn a few new tenses. All of your training up to this point has been geocentric, focused on a single star, our sun, and its planetary family. Exo-astrology forces you to generalize. The core principle remains as above, so below on any rock with a sky. However, the above is now radically redefined. We have the parallax problem and chart energetics. So when you cast a chart for a location on an exoplanet, that planet's star becomes the chart's sun, but you observe it from Earth, light years away, with all the temporal lag that implies. You are not looking at the star as it is now, but as it was. In wizardly terms, the chart you are casting is retrocognitively active. This is not a flaw, it is a feature. Exocharts always contain a river of the past flowing into the present, making them exceptionally potent for ancestor work, karma across species, and untangling ancient cosmic curses. The exo-high leg, searching for aliveness. In traditional astrology, the high leg, giver of life, determines the vitality of the native. For exoplanets, we require a new hylogical framework. The exo-high leg is a compound plane calculated from the following. The spectral type of the parent star, G2V like our sun, equals neutral. M dwarf equals deep vitality. A type equals intense but brief. The exoplanet's Earth Similarity Index, or ESI, presence of liquid water in any phase, including supercritical fluid, the planet's own magnetic field, if any. So if an exoplanet scores above 0.7 on the Agnew-Epstein vitality scale, it is presumed to host an intrinsic soul potential. Below that, you are communing with the geological intelligence, and you can respect both. Principle of astro-universality. All physics is local. The gravitational constant, the nature of light, the hermetic maxim. These essentially hold everywhere. Oops, we didn't mean to do that. But the symbolic weight of celestial bodies is calibrated to the local biosphere's consciousness. The ring system of a Saturn analog around 51 Pegasi b will not mean boundaries and restrictions if the local sentient species evolve to slide through those rings as a rite of passage. Your first step in exo-astrological research is always an xenoanthropic humility check. Run a local dream incubation to ask the star itself what its rings mean. Alright, Chapter 2 is celestial mapping beyond the heliopause, stellar kinematics, and chart rectification. Exoplanetary systems are in motion around their star, and each star orbits the galactic center. To cast a natal chart, you must know the exact moment of the native's first breath, but you also need the proper motion vectors of the star system to correct for inertial drift. The faculty Stellar Inertial Rectification Spell, or SIRS, uses a daisy chain of sequentially anchored astrolabes calibrated to distant quasars. Perform this once. It will update your ephemeris automatically for 10 squared to the power of 10 seconds. So, side wheel versus galactic 0 points. The tropical zodiac is tied to Earth's equinoxes. No exoplanet will share that framework. You must establish a local sidewheel 0 point, based on the galactic center, or GC, as universal anchor, then project a celestial sphere around the parent star. The galactic zero method, 0 degrees of the local zodiac, is the direction of the GC as seen from that star. And this allows cross-system compatibility. Two beings whose suns share the same galactic longitude can be compared. The faculty maintains the Transtopian ephemeris, a living grimoire that computes these zodiacs in real time. In a research note, when dealing with binary or trinary star systems, do not average the stars. Cast a separate chart for each star and treat the system as a blended consciousness. A circumbinary planet like Kepler 16b experiences two suns. Its natives have two distinct solar egos, often resulting in a dual self-concept that we call cognitive binary resonance. It's fascinating for partnership magic. Alright, Chapter 3 is the Exo-Zodiac, Archetypes of Alien Worlds. A zodiac is a language shaped by the star spectrum, the planet's orbit, and the local mythos. When no native intelligence exists yet to form myths, the archetypes are latent, pure potential waiting for consciousness. Constructing an exo-zodiac for a given star. What does that look like? We'll first determine the star's spectral class and luminosity. Proceed to project the local celestial sphere and divide into 12 equal signs from the galactic zero. or a local equinox if the planet has seasons. Assign elemental modalities based on the star's color. Blue stars, OB, favor air and fire. Red dwarfs, M, emphasize water and earth. Yellow, G, offer balance. And this is a starting template. Through a group scrying session, contact the stellar diva, the star's angelic intelligence, and request the 12 archetypal names. Record the first sounds they make, and they will shape the glyphs. Alright, and then we have the sentient nebula hypothesis. Alrighty. So, screen got dirty. Some clouds of gas and dust are not just birthplaces of stars. They are diffuse, slow-thinking entities. So a star forming within the Orion Nebula may carry an imprint of collective child. Watch for Orion-born exosystems where all planets share a nebulous psychic link, making astrological transits plangent across the whole system simultaneously. And we have a case study here. TRAPPIST-1 Zodiac. Our faculty's 2023 expedition revealed a zodiac based on 7 pure tones, one for each planet. The signs are not static images, but harmonic intervals. A local native's chart is expressed as a musical score. Suggested ritual: hum the TRAPPIST-1 ascendant sign while casting protective spells. The resonance shields against low-frequency thought forms. Chapter 4 is exoplanetary houses, gravity wells as domains. House system on an exoplanet depends on its exile tilt, rotation period, and orbital eccentricity. No simple place at this table will suffice. The exo-ascendant, or EXAS, and planetary horizon. So we cast the moment of the native's birth. The east point horizon local to the planetary surface defines the first house cusp. This is straightforward unless the planet is tidally locked, in which case one side perpetually faces the star and the other is endless night. In such cases, the ascendant is fixed to the substellar point and the houses represent thermal zones rather than temporal cycles. A native born on the Terminator, the Twilight Strip, has a chart of perpetual balance, a born mediator between light and dark intelligences. Albedo, magnetosphere in the 4th house. The 4th house rules roots, home, and the underworld. For an exoplanet, factor in the following. Albedo, or reflectivity. High albedo ice worlds generate a 4th house of crystalline memory. Magnetosphere strength. A strong magnetic field produces a protective, nurturing 4th. A weak field makes the native psychically porous to cosmic rays, amplifying mediumship, but requiring rigorous energetic shielding. Moons of moons and cadency. If the exoplanet has moons as large as Earth, they are not mere satellites, they are co-rulers of the house system. A submoon orbiting that moon becomes a cadent powerhouse, the 6th, 12th house emphasis of extreme subconscious depth. In spellcraft, you can call upon the cadent moon to open hidden doors in the psyche. Use a triple-layered pentagram with selenite. Alright, chapter 5 is predictive techniques across interstellar distances. Chronosynchrony fields. Time is not the same everywhere. A transit on an exoplanet with a 3-day year versus one with a 360-day year cannot be compared with the same temporal ruler. Establish a chronosynchrony coefficient relative to Earth's mean solar day. You see C-sync, exoplanet year and Earth days, star mass, solar mass, right? Divide all predictive orbs by C-sync, and this equalizes the tempo. A Jupiter return on a speedy exoplanet may happen in a few Earth weeks. With the coefficient, you can overlay it meaningfully on your own transit timeline. Pulsar transit timings. Millisecond pulsars are the most accurate clocks in the universe. Use their pulses as a backbone for high precision prediction. The faculty's pulsar array chronomancy assigns one pulsar to each major planet. when the pulsar's beat coincides with the transit on the exoplanet, an event of laser-like inevitability occurs. Schedule important rituals at these intersections. Right. The prime directive of non-interfering forecasting. Do not send a laser-encoded prophecy to a pre-contact civilization revealing their future. You may only forecast for those who ask or for your own crew. If uninvited, observe silently, record, publish in the Annals of Universal Arcana, post peer review, but strip identifying coordinates. The Galactic Council frowns upon temporal vandalism. Chapter 6 is Alien Charts in the Galactic Language of Sol. So decoding non-human houses. Silicon-based life form from a molten planet will not have the same bodily associations. For such beings, the first house is not physical appearance, but crystalline structure integrity. The 8th house is not death through transformation, but phase change. In a chart for a plasma-based entity, all 12 houses are fluid. Use phase state house cohorts, a stasis charm that freezes the house cusps long enough to interpret before they flow again. Chiron beyond Sol, Chiron-like bodies, centaurs, bridging orbits exist everywhere. Their meaning is universal, the wounded healer. However, an exo-Chiron orbiting a binary star might represent the wound of cosmic separation, the longing for a lost sibling star. Its return marks a healing of system-wide trauma. If you meet a star system with 3 Chiron-like bodies in resonance, do not disturb it. That system is engaged in a deep collective therapy. Right. Communicating with exospirits. A chart is a portal. To speak with the soul of a being from another system, you do not need physical presence. Lay out their chart as cast for this moment. Use their galactic coordinates as a focus intent. Burn the following mixture: a pinch of regolith analog, a strand of synthetic starlight silk, and a single photon captured from their star. The faculty can provide encapsulated photons. Enter a trance. They will speak in your thoughts. Always record and transcribe. Offer them equal time in return by sharing one Earth sky image. Chapter 7 is spellcraft with exoplanetary ingredients. So harvesting virtual star essences. You cannot physically journey to Sirius B every Thursday. Instead, use the principle of astral correspondence. Construct a miniature orrery of the target system with precise ratios. Charge it under the light of a star whose spectral class matches the target. The resulting essence is an astrological distillate, and it holds the magical property of the distant world. So, for example, distillate of Proxima Centauri B, temperate, rocky, can amplify endurance spells and homestead protection. Talismans of the Trappist-One chain. Create a linked set of 7 small bells, one for each planet, tuned to their orbital frequencies. Hang them in a line. When a planet transits another as seen from Earth, ring the corresponding bells in sequence to open a harmonic gate for systemic rebalancing. Great for healing fractured magical groups. In the Dyson sphere, as an orrery, speculative. If a civilization has built a Dyson swarm around its star, the whole structure can be enchanted as a single massive talisman. Therefore, the swarm's configuration encodes the system's natal chart at any moment. For your research, you may design a theoretical Dyson chart, inscribe its effect on the star's energy output. Our disclaimer is: do not attempt to actually construct a Dyson sphere with planetary resources without faculty and Galactic Council clearance. Chapter 8, Ethics, First Contact, and Cosmic Consent. The Andromedan Accord, signed 14 billion years BB, ratified locally in 1947. You are bound by its precepts. No chart of an uncontacted species shall be used for manipulation. All exo-astrological consultations must respect the cultural framework of the native. The void is not empty. It is a sacred buffer. Do not cast spells across intergalactic voids without an invitation. Astral colonialism and cultural appropriation. Wearing an uncalibrated Danabian zodiac sign tattoo because it looks mystical is forbidden. If you wish to align with an exo archetype, you must first undergo a receptive dream rite under the guidance of a native teacher, or in absence of physical contact, an authorized spirit intermediary. The Faculty Xenoethics Board reviews all such alignments. The silence clause here. There exist regions of the galaxy where astrology itself is veiled. Domains occupied by beings who have chosen to erase celestial records from their collective awareness. If you encounter a system where no natal chart works because the local consciousness refuses star time, withdraw immediately. Do not ask why. Do not publish coordinates. The silence is their magic. Respect it. All right. On to our appendices. So Appendix A is catalog of research-grade exoplanets. Exoplanet designation is one of the things we're going to go over here, as well as colloquial name. We're also going to look at the ESI vitality notable trait for spell use. All right. So this is how that would look. Just a few examples here. All right, so we have 5 exoplanet designations. Proxima Centauri B, we see that its colloquial name is Proximite. So we have our ED, our CN, our ESI, our V for vitality, and then our notable traits, so our NT. All right, it's ESI is 0.87, so it's pretty high over here, and it's protection of home ancestral contact. TRAPPIST 1E, Elysia Prime, 0.95, it's very high. Harmony, group, magic, musical birthing. Kepler 442b, The Garden, 0.84, high. Fertility, plant growth, ecological balance. HD 40307G, Dreamer Shore, 0.74, moderate. Psychic vision, sleep scrying, liminal work. PSR B1257 plus 12B, Draugr 0.00, it's unusual, in necromantic timing, with pulsar-based death work. Alright, Appendix B is the Wizard's Astrocartographic Extension, or WACE. To cast an exochart, you must occupy 2 spatial frames, Earth's and the target's. WACE is an enchantment laid upon your astrolabe. Trace a double infinity symbol over it while softly chanting the target's right ascension and declination. The instrument will fill local space-time, projecting a phantom horizon of the distant world. You can now erect a chart as if you were physically there. Return to local space by tapping the astrolabe's rim thrice. And Appendix C is quick invocation phrases for 5 alien intelligences, used with utmost respect, only after receiving a subtle response ping, a sync sign, for example, triple number patterns tied to the star. So like Proxima Centauri B, Homely Flame, By the Red Heart That Never Sets, Hear Me, Kin of the Long Twilight. Trappist 1, Harmonic Council, 7 voices, 1 chord, Resonate the Void, I Knock in Rhythm. Kepler 442 B, Green Mother, Keeper of the Fecund Spiral. Share your chlorophyll code. Ceres B, the Diamond Sentinel, Ancient Weight, dense with wisdom, press upon my ignorance. Impulsive ends, undying drummer, count my transformation, not my dissolution. Alright. Hitchhiker's Guide to Advanced Astrology, but also quantum dimensional realities, and soul, ego, embodying human puppets. This is the 3rd volume in our series. Dummies in regards to advanced astrology, but that's why we're here. So, I think I'll make this its own video, and I'll see you guys there with peace and love. Thank you for watching. Piscean out.